Well, the first segment on the show was certainly a big segment, but it did not take place in front of this crowd. It took place right as we start the show in the very back, as Jey Uso is shown laying in an ambulance, taken out by a mysterious attacker. There's a lot of commotion in the back as everybody panics, everybody looks concerned. Jacob Fatu, his cousin, is riding in the ambulance with him, and it is very clear, and all but confirmed really from this segment alone, that Jey Uso will be out of the Elimination Chamber match. Of course, to catch people up in case you might have been on, I don't know, vacation or something, or you missed Raw. On Monday, what has now been reported as a match that was supposed to be won by Bronson Reed to put Bronson Reed into the chamber resulted in Bronson Reed getting injured, and therefore, therefore they had to go to Jey Uso to win. They corrected that at the very start of this show by taking Jey Uso out, and the person replacing him will be the storyline that we will answer throughout the rest of this podcast. But what did you think about the way they wrote Jey Uso out in this opening scene?
Well, they did have too many faces and not enough heels in the chamber match, so it wasn't a massive surprise. Although I felt that the way they did it, I enjoy these cold opens where you're starting with mayhem. They don't do it all that often. It doesn't sort of outstay its welcome when they do. They sort of bedlam at the back of the ambulance. Some of the jobbers and the tag team division are hanging around, a lot of yelling and stuff. And it does sort of hook you in rather than sort of someone's entrance music hitting. So I quite enjoyed this segment. I thought it was quite engaging.
Yeah, I thought it was perfectly fine. And I think something like this just tells you can write yourself out of any situation, no matter what happens. They didn't even need a finish on Monday. So like, don't give me the shit about like, I have to finish the match. You know, like these guys trying to tough out these like injuries and risking more injuries just to get like go through the scripted finish. Forget that. Just like leave, you know, like whatever, call it like a no contest. There's always a way to explain it afterwards. So this was perfectly fine. We all accept it. Aldis is with the Vision in the back, and he's spoken to Pierce, and he's spoken to Adam Pierce, GM of Raw, and he says that Logan will get his chance to enter the chamber tonight, but Logan has to beat Jacob Fatu in order to get there. So before Heyman can complain, a very spirited Logan Paul says he sold the world's most valuable trading card. He married the most beautiful supermodel in the world, so he knows he could beat Jacob tonight. So Jacob Fatu versus Logan Paul in our main event tonight to determine the final spot in the chamber match. So Austin Theory tries to get involved, of course, and he gets super kicked. Heyman gets on the apron, and it allows Logan to low blow before delivering the bionic fist and a frog splash for as Fatu kicks out at 2. At this point, the masked man comes out. He delivers a super kick to Theory. He's about to stomp Theory, but Logan stops him and decks him, and he pulls the mask off, and it is revealed to be some individual that I have not seen identified yet. Somebody we do not know is exactly, I believe, what Joe Tessitore said. So
yes, I believe keen watchers have already sort of identified that the masked person has been several people. Just from their stature, from their build, from their height, these sorts of things. So I don't know if they're trying to weave that into storyline here or what on earth this is all about, but we don't know this guy. Even from the sort of class pictures from the PC, I certainly don't recognize him.
Hold on, like I'm surprised. It's been like an hour and a half since the show has completed. Do we still not have an ID on him? As far as
I haven't been
chat
on
room,
social media during the show, so
I haven't seen Brian from New Jersey tell us. Sorry, Brian, is he from New Jersey? Yeah, he's from New Jersey.
He is South Jersey.
Yeah, he hasn't told us yet, so I'm assuming nobody knows yet. And how is it that in 2026, with the amount of photos of everybody, the amount of footage of everybody that's out there already on the internet, that we do not yet have an ID for this guy, who's likely a wrestler, you would think, right? He got attacked here.
They almost always are, aren't they? So, yeah.
Okay. So this is potentially a decoy masked man. He comes out, he gets decked, and This, of course, distracts Logan Paul enough that Fatu is able to deliver a Samoan drop. But here comes Drew McIntyre with a belt shot to Jacob, which gives Logan Paul the victory. Logan Paul is entering the Elimination Chamber, and Drew McIntyre is happy about that. So, what did you think about the match and also the result with Logan being added to the match?
I thought from the point in which we got a babyface versus a heel for this final spot, Logan was going to win. But all that said, it was still an entertaining match. This wrinkle with the masked man is interesting in some ways because it's difficult to kind of guess, well, where are they going with this? Is this supposed to be, as we were saying near the start, a write-off of this storyline? I don't think so, because this needs some explanation. Like, who's this guy? Who is sending him out there, if anyone? Where's he come from? Was the fact that he was there tonight and unmasked deliberate to try and throw us off the scent? I think the answer is yes. I think there's going to be more to this masked man storyline.
Okay. So I'm trying to do a very quick, search on the internet. You tell me, Neil, is this the guy? Is this our guy?
I'm going to say yes, looks very like him.
So possibly the ID on this masked man is Don Furio, who of course is an independent wrestler. Looks like he plays an Italian goon featured on Heels, the TV show, in fact. Nightmare Factory trained. Yeah, looks like him. So okay, Don Furio.
Fightful are saying that definitively.
Okay.
It's Don Furio, who's a student at Seth Rollins' Black and Brave school.
Okay, well, there you go. Well, maybe that was intentionally chosen for a reason. Could this be a decoy sent by Seth Rollins that will ultimately lead to Seth Rollins being, if not the masked man, the person behind the masked man attacks? Are we left to consider that?
I think this is a fake masked man that lets the angle continue.
Yeah. Well, for sure. But who is behind this guy? Because who sent him? In fact, the internet actually does move very fast here, because this man appeared as Donovan Isolena at one time on AEW Dark, it looks like. We got his whole background. We know where he lives. We know his whole family, everybody. Okay? Yeah, we know his social insurance number and all that. So yeah, Don Furio, I can tell you his biography right now.
Yeah, right? There it is.
Don Furio. This, according to Seth Rollins on his own social media, from I guess May 2025. Furio began his career training under Mid-Atlantic legend George South, and in 2018 would make his in-ring debut in a tag team with Lucky Ali at Wrestling All-Star Promotions in North Carolina. Okay, whatever.
The tie to Seth, I feel, is probably could easily be deliberate, because for all this shitty writing we get, with the tag team division, they can be good at laying breadcrumbs that they know fans will track down. The fact that he's tied to Seth Rollins, I think, is probably not deliberate. Is not undeliberate, because they could have got anybody to do this, a local talent who's far lesser known, for example.
Okay, interesting. So you're suggesting that they want us to dox this man and basically, find out everything we could possibly find out about him. But I don't doubt
him now.
I certainly don't doubt you.
February on the Post Wrestling Cafe, we continue our review of Season 2 of WWE Unreal, including a big look at Seth Rollins' fake injury, which culminated in his appearance at SummerSlam. We're going to be looking back at Shinya Hashimoto with a special career retrospective on Rewind Away, plus a review of Extreme Rules 2011, as John Cena announces to the WWE audience that Osama bin Laden has been compromised to a permanent end. We'll also take a look at New Beginning in Osaka, TNA No Surrender, and new members can take advantage of a 7-day free trial. Go to postwrestlingcafe.com and jump on board in February.